Okay, so what? All right. Fucking tell it to the judge. Not you, Gus. I'm talking to the audience. I'm being mean to them, not you. So what, man? Join me. Come on. What the fuck?
Tell it to my judge. Take it to those judges, guys.
So if you're an audio listener, you can't tell what's different. You can't tell shit because you're stupid.
You know nothing. And
you're probably in a car and swerving off the road currently. If you're a video watcher... I always say that.
That's okay.
I'm manifesting it for a bad. One day we're gonna see a really awful headline, and it's gonna age everything so poorly.
Eddie makes kid drive off road. That'll be the exact no context for anything else.
YouTuber influences child driver to drive off road. But yeah, so if you're a video watcher, you probably noticed we're remote right now. It's not the norm for the podcast. Gus, you want to explain a little bit while I turn my AC back on because I realize it's a little too hot in here?
Yeah, folks, I got some splaining to do.
I hit my mic. I'm sorry.
Eddie hit the mic. It's all fine. But what isn't fine is my family's visiting me right now in Los Angeles. That means the Angeles. And one of my siblings came down with a little cold today, actually, and we went and got it tested. So myself and my sibling went and we just did the quick antigen test, came back double negative. So
there we go.
No COVID stuff, but I am like a 1.5 out of 10 kind of sick, and somebody in my household right now is a little bit sick, and we don't want sick even if it isn't COVID.
Right.
You get it.
Exactly. And also, I got Tony and his girlfriend here as well, so we didn't really think that we'd start a whole spread of whatever sick you got, you know?
We ain't doing it, guy. All right, so we're playing it safe. We're staying at home, playing Game Boys, and doing the podcast apart.
But the podcast will be back to normal. I'm assuming next week. Like, we should be all good. And also, we were just talking about it, and I think this is fine, but we can cut it out. These fucking idiots won't know a goddamn thing if we cut it out. But even with stuff for Delta, if anything gets more serious, with us being vaccinated and we would take it pretty seriously. So we'd still probably do the podcast because our bubbles would be real closed. So totally. I think the remote podcast is probably not going to be a thing unless, I don't know, we get a variant that's like, you're going to fucking die. I don't know. But
that's true.
The plans this is not the new norm for the podcast is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I'm shooting this podcast on my new camcorder that I just got with the retractable screen, which means that if you're watching the video, I can't help myself, and I will probably be looking 1 inch to the right of the camera lens every time I look in the camera. Just so you know.
I'm going to judge you for it.
What? Don't look at me. You can't even see me, asshole.
I'm picturing it. I'm picturing you, and you look so stupid right now, dude.
I can't recover from this.
Oh my God. But yeah, wait, so you said, so I wanted to hear about what happened when you guys got tested.
So I was with said sibling at the urgent care that we went to go get the quick rapid result test. And it was like the most eventful urgent care visit ever. So first of all, we're in this, it's one of those just tiny ones in LA with a really tight parking space. There were 2 Toyota Tacomas that pulled into this, just sucking up all the parking spaces. And when I'm waiting for my result, this is after the fact, I'm sitting outside with my sibling, and the one of the trucks goes to like back up, like brand new 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and just fucking goes like scrapes all against this like big pole or whatever.
Oh no.
And it was really awkward because it was like real world 5 feet in front of probably 20 people standing outside this building. So it's just like, you can't gracefully play this off, you know? So it's like
you just roll down the window and go, well, and speed up.
Yeah, so like this guy gets out and he's like obviously trying to like play it cool, you know, but everyone, as soon as he does it, like the mighty outside stander people, everyone just sort of went like groan at the same time, and like no one wants to look right at the guy, and like myself and my sibling were standing right there, and we're immediately just like as close as we possibly could be to the guy himself too. And he like gets out and he sort of like kind of slowly waltzes around, you know, looking at the damage, and he's just sort of like, hey, he kind of grumbles to himself and just gets in and like zips off. But that was funny. And then
I would be so fucking like mortified driving back, being like, I know I'll probably never see those people again, but they will remember this.
Like what do you do even, you know? Have you ever been in any, like, this small tangent, have you ever been like in a car or something for any form of like a bump or an accident or hitting something?
Yeah, we had a real frustrating one where I've never, I'll just say it. Sometimes they call me Eddie Good Driver Burback. In fact, they call me Eddie Great Driver Burback. I'm an incredible driver. That. I have never really gotten into any little scuffle or gotten like a speeding ticket or anything like that. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So like last summer, or not 2020 summer, 2019 summer, I believe, Tony and I were in our car. I was back home. With our sister's dog, Kona. Kona's great. Kona did not cause the accident. We only let her behind the wheel when she hasn't had a few. But we're sitting in there in the Jimmy John's parking lot, parked, and a teenage girl just like scrapes parking in across the side of the car. We're just like sitting there. No. And it was, so that the only time I've ever gotten damage to the car like that. Also, by the way, since then, I feel like occasionally I'll just walk out into the parking lot of like a Walmart and our car will be scuffed even more. And I feel like once it got one scratch, there's just people bumping into it all the time. I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyway.
And they're like, we could hide in that.
Yeah, that was the only time I was kind of, like involved in something like that, and it sucked.
Definitely. I was only ever in one minor one. I remember it was in high school. There was a kid on my basketball team, and I just got in his minivan. We were going to run up to Subway. And he just like, he gets in the car and started backing up. And I remember even at the time thinking like, this guy isn't looking behind him. And we just fully backed right into another car in the parking lot.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'm going to head back inside, get some from the concession stand. You deal with that. I just got out of there really quick. What's up?
You say what you were going to say first.
Okay. Well, I was going to tell you the other thing that happened at urgent care.
Let's hear it.
This one was kind of funny, and I feel bad because these people, and I'm not going to divulge any like personal medical info shit, but these people that went in here clearly were maybe not the best problem solvers, I'll just say. Anyway, here's the situation. So I'm sitting in there. It's me. It's another Johnson. We're in the waiting room ready to go get tested. And this couple comes in, and they fully came in, and there was a woman and a man, and her hand was wrapped up. Like it was wrapped up. And they burst in, and the guy says, like they were clearly like kind of like frantic, out of breath stuff. The guy says, hey, we're from Louisiana. We're out of town. We're here on vacation. She got hit by a car on a bird scooter. The finger needs to come off. I'm not even fucking kidding you, dude. Like gave all of these descriptors, and he's just like, we're on vacation.
Yeah, I love. He's walking. He's got, he's holding her, walking her toward the door from the car. In his head, he's gone, okay, we're on vacation. We're from Louisiana. Don't forget about the bird scooter. The finger's got to come off.
And the thing is, at face value, and I wouldn't be laughing.
That's terrible.
I wouldn't be laughing about this if it absolutely was not actually a serious situation. Because he goes, the finger needs to come off. And there's like four, like people right behind the desk there, and they all went, excuse me? He's like, yeah, it's got to come right off. It's barely hanging on. And they're like, you need to go to a hospital. He's like, isn't this a hospital? They're like, no, you need to go to an emergency room if her finger's going to fall off. And he goes, what? No, her fingernail.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Fingernail off.
Dude, well, one, gross, but also, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and he's just, and the thing is, I fully saw there were like two nurses back there that as soon as he said that, without even trying to hide it, they just fully went, like they just laughed. And the thing is, like, they're like, all right, well, we can see you. It'll be like a 45-minute wait, but I mean, how bad is he? He's like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably got to come off. It's got to get treated. So like, okay, ma'am, are you all right? And you in pain? She's like, yeah, just, I don't know. We're from Louisiana, so we're up here, and I don't know. And she goes like, you just go wait outside. We'll see you in a bit. So right after they went out, I went and I got tested with the other Johnson kid. We went and we stood outside, and I walk right back outside, and she is sitting on the ground, burped. I couldn't control it. It just happened.
Second one in the podcast, dude.
It's my changing body, dude.
Mid-word.
You know what I try to do?
We get paid to do this. Sorry.
Hey, Homer. Anyway, I'll walk outside, and immediately she's sitting on the sidewalk, like with her legs on the sidewalk too, like two flat legs on the sidewalk, which is like already like, what are you doing? This is gross, you know? And then she's smoking a cigarette, and her boyfriend is just puffing on an enormous blunt, like full, like, and he's smoking it. I hear him on the phone, and he goes like, yeah, I gotta do this, because we're out here in Los Angeles, so I gotta do this. And I don't know if he's talking about the blunt or whatever,
or
the fuck
treating her
or
finger,
treating it. It's just like, bro, you rushed into what you thought was an emergency room, and then 5 minutes later you're fucking smoking up. By the way, it was like noon when he was doing it, like middle of the day, just puffing right out.
Also, in the middle of dealing with that, like, I just love the idea that a lot of that information was essential for him. Like, imagine you go into like an ER, you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. My wife got hit by a car on the bird scooter. I think she's going to be fine, but she needs to be treated. And they're like, oh, no problem, sir. Like, we'll get him back there. They have him fill out the chart. They look at it and they're like, oh, you're from Louisiana? He's like, yeah. Oh, that finger's got to come off. Oh, no. They start whispering to the surgeon. If you had only told us it was Louisiana, we got to get you into surgery right now.
What was it? Gator? Nah.
Hear me out also. This is unrelated. What? Obviously, you remember, and we all paid dearly for this when Corona started coming, and we did it on the podcast, but most people were like, oh, the beer virus? You remember that? Kind of bad, but maybe not that bad for the Corona brand. Delta variant comes out, and you're thinking Delta as a brand, that's got to be kind of shitty, right? Like, nobody's going to fly on Delta during the Delta variant. I mean, some people might, but some people might not. I say we call the next variant the double stuff Oreo variant, just to fuck with them.
Dude, please, because it's too much stuff. It's
also,
too much.
If we had a variant that was like making the news like that, let's make it sound fun. Let's not make it sound scary. Oh, did you get the double stuff? Oh, yeah. I'm quarantined and we tested positive for double stuff. Tell me that wouldn't be such a fun fuck you to Oreo. And also, it sounds like a good idea to me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm in there, too.
I'd be open to other suggestions. The Arby's curly fry variant?
Hey, now. We're only hurting something that we don't like, okay?
Okay, go ahead. Let's think of something else then.
Ranch sunflower seed variant.
Dude, hear me out. Oh, that's great. Hear me out, and I'm gonna bring it back again. Let's just to fuck with them. Let's just call it the Jeff Bezos variant, not the Bezos variant. Let's just call it the Jeffy B. Jeffy B. You can test positive for the Jeffy B. That's all I'm saying.
I gotta take a sicky D because I got the Jeffy B. You know how
Can you imagine turning on the news and they're like, we've detected a new variant. It's being called by doctors the Gus Johnson variant. And you're like, what? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? What do I do?
Yeah, we figured, they name hurricanes after people, so we'd start, but a surname as well?
And it's Gus Johnson variant parentheses, not the one from the NBA.
I don't think I could survive that.
I think saying double stuff would be fun. Imagine dying of the double stuff variant. That's all I'm saying is it's a good idea. And I won't back down no matter what people say.
That's good. Who owns Oreo? Is that Nabisco?
Yes.
Do we just mail them? Can you write Nabisco like a kid writes Santa and just like give suggestions?
Somebody put this on tape and send it to them stuffed into an envelope. That's what I would love.
when Eddie says tape, he means tape. We don't want any of that SD card bullshit. I want like some fucking Betamax tape that you are just mailing, and you don't even like you don't even wrap it really. You just put paper over the tape and then tape over the tape, you know, and send it in. If it gets damaged, it's damaged, you know. Also,
I gotta say, and hear me out, I think people, and I'm sure some families do this, I think with the digital era, because, you know, obviously you're capturing every vacation, I think sometimes people should maybe take the time to edit a little video of their vacation and save it on either something physical or save it in some kind of folder so you can still have the family video experience of like, let's bust out the tapes, you know?
That's a good idea. I like that, the physicality of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of did it with our trips and will in the future whenever the fuck we can do that.
That's true. You know what I just love just having little tape stuff around too. Like I like a VHS tape. Like one thing I'm kicking myself for getting rid of is my grandparents gave me a really tiny TV and when I was in high school that it was just used to be in like their workout room and it was like legitimately like maybe a foot and a half, like tiny square box TV.
I had a 13-incher in my room at one point.
It's the good shit.
And check this out. And I also had a TV. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Keep going.
Well, first of all, I need to take a sec.
Can we have a Tim Tebow Neil moment of silence?
A moment of penis, please. Thank you. This little fucker had a VHS tape player right in it, Eddie. Did yours have that? Penis or TV?
That was the whole thing. It was just a little box TV with a little VHS player on there.
I love it.
VCR is what I meant.
Yeah, like something about just the tiny screen of it especially made the picture quality seem less bad. I don't know if that was just anecdotal, but it was just so nice to be like, here's this tiny little unit. I could set it on a table. I could keep it on the counter. I could pop a VHS tape in there, and it had the feature where you could set it to auto rewind and auto play so that it would just keep playing if you just wanted shit on in the background, you know? And I'm like, I would love to just get a little TV like that. And I like screens. Like, you remember even when I was at the apartment, I had that little dumb fucking TV that I pulled out next to a dumpster that, and I just like, I had the GameCube on it. And like, I wanted to just have little shit like that where it would be like, I want to have a little TV in my house where it's like, maybe I get a VHS of The Simpsons and it just runs like a 4-hour Simpsons tape.
That's awesome.
You know?
Yeah, no, I really like that. You should do that.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Go on a hunt.
Do you have your TV?
What's up?
Do you still have your TV? Can I buy that from you?
You talking about the TV that actually is sitting in my closet that I'm willing to...
Oh, you actually do have it?
Yeah, well, do you remember our living room TV is currently in the closet and you can pick it up whenever you want?
Yeah. Well, shit. Okay, I got to write something down because I will never fucking remember to take that. But next time I'm over there, I'll put it in the car.
I haven't remembered to tell you to grab it either. So
okay, so I can fully push this onto you then, right? Thank you, dude.
I would take half the blame, which I'll be honest, for me is 50% more than I'm usually willing to give. So I'd be happy to share half for this one.
Wow, man, that's awesome. And especially like if you just combine like my 50%, it sounds like you're gonna take 100% of the blame, which is
no. So what I'm saying is you should be happy with my half of it. And in fact, if you keep pushing, then you will inherit that half.
Then I'll get 100% of the TV and you can have 100% of the blame. That totally makes sense.
So currently I have 100% of the TV and I have locks on my doors.
The big two, eh?
Damn. He wins this time. I can't get in and I can't get the TV.
Oh man, Eddie, you know, I just thought of I've been having a little bit of a fun retro tech thing happening recently here.
What's going on?
It was in the very package that I accidentally had delivered to the apartment of yours there.
Oh, right.
It is here, boys, I'm going to show it again. Audio listeners, fuck you, because I'm going to show the video listeners right now. Look what I picked up online here.
It's a Game Boy, right?
Did you hear that little ding?
Yep. I said that before it because you told me it was a Game Boy when it came. That's true.
Awesome,
Eddie, dude.
Eddie did know. I got a game. It was a really good eBay auction, honestly. I think I paid like about $120 or so, and I got a pretty good condition screen in perfect condition, which is even more important than the body. I got a light pink Game Boy Advance SP, and it came with, first of all, Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2, which would be enough just at that price point already. Yep. Those are really fucking expensive. But I also got The Incredibles and Lilo and Stitch and Finding Nemo and a SpongeBob 2-episode Game Boy Advance video, dude.
Oh, that's great.
Motherfucking Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets,
dude, I played that on my sister's Game Boy. There's a long time where you're walking around is it Gringotts that you walk around for a whole level and it's like top down for the yeah, I remember that a lot. Because I played it on PlayStation as well. I will say with Super Mario, and I'm still bitter about this. I'll say it right now. You guys know me. I hold the grudge for no reason other than fun. And I remember for my sister's birthday, I forgot how old she was and how old I was, but I was really young, maybe like 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. And she got a Game Boy Advance, and she got Mario, and we went to Chili's that day at her request.
Were you trying to hedge your bets against Chili's, bro? Own it.
No, I'll own Chili's all day. I'm just saying, I'm ready to see those fucking comments going, wow, Chili's on a birthday. Chili's on a birthday could be great. The classic nachos are still on the menu even though they're gone. And are the classic nachos just microwaved refried beans with cheese and a jalapeno? Yeah. Can I still enjoy it? Oh, can I say small tangent before I say the grudge?
Please.
Can everyone I think most of our generation is doing it. It is fun to, sorry, I hit my desk. It is fun to go and have some drinks and not give a shit to an Applebee's or a Chili's or a Cheesecake Factory or something of the sort. It is some of the most, I throw all my cares away. And there was this meme on late night TV, I feel like 5 or 6 years ago, being like, there's nothing worse than Applebee's. I know they microwave the food. I'm just trying to kick back. It reminds me of Friday night leaving 6th grade and being like, I got a fucking game I rented at home. And I'm just excited to eat some wings.
Dude, and especially when you look at the menu offerings, like it really is like for a small Midwestern, maybe after a sports game kind of family, it's like going to a fucking strip club, baby. Dude, it is like you are balling out. They have everything you could ever want. Nothing is too spicy for the little weenies back home, and nothing is too like expensive. Like it is right down the middle, tasty.
Guilt-free eat like a king at any of those places. And
Easy.
I'm so tired, honestly, of people. We talked about this before. Especially even in branching out more and enjoying really good food. It's like and this is something that I'm very glad that Chrissy and I share. It's like you can appreciate the best of food while still just loving shitty food sometimes. And it's like if you're up your own ass, I've probably mentioned this before. I think on The Tonight Show once, like Gordon Ramsay spit out an Oreo because it was so gross. And it's like, Gordon, it's an Oreo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the new double stuff variant, so you shouldn't be spitting it out. But
single stuff.
Anyways, I just want everyone pull that silver spoon out of your ass and put it into a dish of fajitas at Chili's. But also, I do agree, though, if you order fajitas at one of those places, bro, you are an attention freak. If you are ready to have that sizzle turn every head, you are either the most confident or the most in need of attention person that exists.
You weren't doing that for the restaurant, never for yourself. Yes.
Back to the grudge I'm holding. So my sister got the Game Boy and was playing Mario at Chili's. So this had to have been like early 2000s. And she wouldn't let me even play for a second. And I've never been more jealous of someone in my entire life. Because she was just, it was her birthday, so she was allowed to play Mario at the very serious, keep your manners going dining table at Chili's. Are you kidding me?
Insane, dude. Just insane.
I was never given that as a child.
Oh my God.
I never was afforded that luxury of Game Boy at Chili's.
I could have been a contender.
Imagine who I could have been, Gus, if I could have just played Mario at Chili's when I was 4 or 5.
You'd be better in every way, dude.
Oh, my name would be up on buildings.
Just Eddie played Game Boy at Chili's.
It doesn't even say Burbank. It just says Eddie on like the Sears Tower.
It's like those Spotify featured artist billboards in Times Square, except it's just Eddie played Game Boy at Chili's.
We need to raise money for me to get a Times Square ad of the reality of me as like a mogul, and I'm like, all I had to do was play Game Boy at Chili's when I was 5.
It's like one of those like think piece things where it's like meet the 16-year-old who is into cryptocurrency or whatever the fuck, but it's like meet Eddie who played Mario.
Meet Eddie, or meet the 24-year-old who played Mario at Chili's on a Friday night fucking 20 years ago.
And it's an entire interview, but so they like section off pages worth of it, but it just is like they show the reporter question in bold. So how was it? Yeah, pretty good.
The whole follows up. Some say that even though the Chili's event happened after, the towers might not have fell. If only this child was allowed to play Mario at the Chili's.
Oh man, the things that could have been, dude.
I think Lil Luigi would have probably he'd go finish your meal. Don't play. You can play at home. Finish your meal.
What?
Eat the refried beans. Is he talking to me?
I don't know. So everybody eat them. Let's get him done. No, just you. Okay.
Okay. No, that's fine. You're a lot smaller than normal. So stupid. What's up?
It's the dumbest fucking shit ever. I was gonna say, man, something about like being able to indulge in some of these like little childhood fantasy things of like owning an SP or whatever. Now that I'm in my mid-20s.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah.
I always something about this specific piece of fucking machinery too. It's just like this was like everything when I was a kid, because like we came up and it was like there were Game Boys, there's the Game Boy Advance, and then like the SPs dropped when we were already alive, and we're like, fucking hell, man. Like to me that seemed like this is everything you could ever want. Like just the addition of the light, it's so compact. Like even now you look at this little thing and it's like obviously like Raspberry Pis exist and like all this other shit, but like it's what a tight little machine. It's a cartridge that you can't really fuck up a cartridge. Greasy kids can like get in there, and like all the buttons are enclosed like largely, so you can't like hunk them off in your pocket and shit. Like I remember there was 2 brothers that went to my church when I was a little kid, and each of them they had a blue and red Game Boy Advance SP and a little pack of games.
They seem like a final boss you had to have to fight.
Yeah, fight the twins here, and I just was like, I was always just like, I would kill to have that kind of thing. I would ask them to play it all the time. They had the Incredibles game, and I would go punch guys as their Mr. Incredible, and I was just like, this is it, fellas. And now I fucking have one, and you guys can kiss my ass because I'm better than you.
Dude, that's what I think, and we've talked about it before. Anytime I hop in my VR headset, I cannot stop from just thinking like, if only I could show this to like 12-year-old me, that I'd be able to fucking do this shit. This is the most insane thing ever. Especially like, I told you we've been playing like Call of Duty maps that we grew up on, like in VR. Also, I would say even with the Mario Chili's thing or whatever, like and I'm glad to see it in the comments. I really do feel like the last couple solo episodes of us have had their own unique, bizarre, weird fucking conversation energy for us, and I don't know what's going on, but I like how weird things feel today as well.
I was just gonna say, I was literally looking for a segue onto it, dude. It feels weird to even like self-reference it, but yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like it has been so wonderful and validating to see the comments on like the subreddit r/Gus and Eddy, or in like the YouTube comments and shit. Like Eddie and I will wrap these episodes and like hit stop on the thing and be like, thank God that it didn't not record, because we're 3 years into this shit and still fearing that every time. And we'll be like, that was a good fucking episode. That was so fun. And then to see people like say the same shit, it's fucking cool. We've just been going on rips.
And I've mentioned it kind of before, and it is a little bit real, a little bit sentimental, but I think for real, what it is that because of the vaccine, we've been hanging out again. And it's just like, it rolls smoother because we can like spend more time together again. And we can get weird, we can get silly. And speaking of that, I want to hear from our fucking boys. I got some preguntas, Gus, if you can please translate.
Guys, actually, if you're for the uninitiated, preguntas actually directly translates both from the Spanish language into the English language. It means questions. The plural of question or pregunta. So that's what that means.
There you go. And I got a great question. I got a great pregunta to start us out.
All right.
This is from GBatch99. And they said, hear me out. This is a good one. In a situation where you have to decide which version is real and which is a clone of each other, what question do you ask to find out who is real?
Oh,
and I picked this especially, I think, to instantly say, I don't think you and I would have trouble at all with this because we lived together for a long period of time. So it's like a clone wouldn't know half the shit that we could just say, you know?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, we could literally just pull little shit around the apartment, you know?
Yeah, I wonder, well, the thing is, with this hypothetical, how much does the clone know? You know, like it has to...
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming in those situations, it's a clone that knows how to act like you, but doesn't have, like a ton of insider memory stuff, you know?
Yeah, let's go hard mode a little bit on it, honestly, and be like, the clone is programmed with AI that scrubs everything that we've ever publicly said about our lives together, so we have to really have it be good questions that they couldn't find by, like, auto-sorting through every podcast we've done, all that shit.
I still feel like there's stuff that I don't want to say for the podcast that are, like, I feel like we could still instantly nail this. But I'm trying to think of something podcast-friendly that I could ask even. I'm sure there's something, but I don't...
I would ask you, I'd say, Eddie, when you got a little, quote, out of hand, which of your two cheeks would I spank you very hard on in the old apartment?
The problem is that's a 50-50 chance for the clone.
That's true.
They can make a guess and they still might do it. And I'm going, no, but Gus, I have the memory of it. I say I still have the markings on the left one. And you go, my left or your left? And I go, it would only matter if it was my left.
And then I just remembered that would actually invalidate the question because there were a couple times where you were really we'll just say in a poor behavior mood. And you were trying to run away from the very hard spanks. And I think I might have grazed the other cheek a few times. So it's kind of just a toss up.
Yeah,
you know?
My question would be, in this situation, you've always got a gun, right? You have to. So I'm pointing at the two Gusses. First, I consider I should get them both. 1, 2, you know? Pow, pow. And then I go, no, that wouldn't be right. And I go, Gus, when we were roommates, how many drinks did it take in for me to get violent? 4. And I go, right, you'd think it wouldn't be that much. And you're like, yeah, no, I thought no, I'm kidding. That's a complete...
We hit double digits, but it's like immediately. Like, I don't even think that the drink was the accelerant for that.
Really, 4 Bud Lights across 7 hours in the day really shouldn't do much. I go, yeah, you think, but
you just get in a groove, and you're just mad and hate everybody, and especially me. So it's whatever.
I really don't think we'd struggle with that, though. I think we would be kind of fine with and I wouldn't even blink killing the clone. Oh my god, 2 Gusses. Let's keep one in the world.
I would have such a good time to keep one in the world. I have such a good time killing the Eddy clone that I would actually clone the Eddy clone first into more clones so that I could just off a few to really get it out of my system.
Honestly, I'd have no problem with that because it's not, as long as it's not me, No,
and like you definitely would be made to watch, but like it wouldn't be you.
Hold on, backtrack a little bit. What's that?
So I would make multiple clones.
So did you make the clone originally?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd probably be the only person that'd be able to get close enough to you and maybe catch you to get a hair out of you or something, You
don't think that my girlfriend could get a hair out of me? You think you're the closest possible person in my life to get a hair off my head?
And like Chrissy's cool and shit, and like I know you guys are close, but like I'm so fast.
You think you're really sly? I'm walking past you at like your house, and you just rip a clump of hair out of my head. Like, fuck, dude.
It's not that I don't believe in Chrissy. It's just that I really believe in myself so much, So.
At first, I thought you were gonna say it's not that I don't believe in Christ, but I was like, what does that have to do with it?
Cloning. Does that count as evolution?
Cloning me, what would you hope? Here's my question.
What?
If you kept cloning me, what trait would like deteriorate? Like what would become my, like, if I was a written sitcom character, what would become my thing? You know, like I was about to say season 1 Drake from Drake and Josh, but let's just scoot on away from that topic. Let's not talk about that guy at all.
I know
what
what
I mean. Flanderization, that whole thing.
I know what would happen to you. What would deteriorate as the time went on?
What?
So your linguistics would change, and you would start to lose the ability to kind of speak in a bunch of consecutive words, but it would be slowly replaced by all the people's speech patterns in Rock Bottom and SpongeBob, you know, where they say like, hey, which way to the bus stop, you know? And every subsequent clone, it would continue to dilute until I would just have a bunch of Eddies that just go the whole time.
Hear me out. Instead of that noise, it would isolate the smaller percentage of me that's Italian, and I would get increasingly more and more stereotypically Italian. So like, you'd be like, man, clone Eddie number 304. Literally, I'm just got a big pot of spaghetti, and I'm like, you know,
not even words.
I can't speak anymore, and I'm just like spinning or stirring the pot so much that meatballs are going flying across the room. You're like, I don't know what to even do with this guy anymore. Do I put him down? And you do.
I just feel like I can't like even bring my kids around him and stuff, you know? Like
he's just too Italian.
He's just throwing ravioli like it's nothing.
I don't think I can bring people around him anymore. He's just too Italian.
He bites, and I don't think that's an Italian thing, but like he's biting.
He says it's Italian, but he also said it was Italian when non-clone Eddie would bite me, and I didn't believe him then either.
Yo, Eddie.
What's up?
I'm going to be real with you. During the duration of this podcast, of which we've only shot 36 minutes, I have finished 2.5 cans of bubbly, and I need to pee. Hi, folks. Today's podcast is sponsored by Green Chef. Let me tell you a little bit about Green Chef, all right? Green Chef lets you choose from a wide array of easy-to-follow recipes perfect for keto, paleo, and plant-powered diets, or even if you just want to eat in a more balanced way. Green Chef's expert chefs design flavorful recipes that go way beyond ordinary for a diverse array of meal plans and plenty of options to choose from each week. You can make leading a healthier lifestyle easier than ever with satisfying home-cooked dinners with options that work around your lifestyle. Not the other way around, guy, all right? Listen, they sent me some of the food, heated it right up. It was good. It was really, really, really tasty. I would definitely recommend it. Also, by the way, you can go ahead and notice this. Everything is hand-picked, okay? Featuring organic veggies and high-quality proteins delivered to your door with pre-measured and mostly prepped in insulated packaging. Green Chef is the most sustainable meal kit, offsetting 100% of its direct carbon emissions and plastic packaging in every box, so you can feel great about what you're eating and how it got to your table. Alrighty? Now, you can go to greenchef.com/Gus and Eddy 100 and use code Gus and Eddy 100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. That is greenchef.com/Gus and Eddy 100 and use code Gus and Eddy 100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. Go ahead, check them out. Links in the description down below. Thank you, Green Chef, for sponsoring today's episode. Folks, today's podcast episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. Thank you, Warby Parker, for sponsoring the Gus and Eddy podcast.usa.gov. Listen, folks, I want to tell you about Warby Parker, okay? They are committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and contact lenses. Glasses only start at $95, including prescription lenses. You can try Warby Parker's free home try-on program, where you order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Check it out. Ships free, and it includes a prepaid return shipping label. Listen, Warby Parker also offers their very own daily contact lenses. Okay? Do you do that? No. Warby Parker does that, dang it. Scout by Warby Parker. Scout is a comfortable, breathable, and affordably Wonderful daily contact lens, folks. A 90-day pack is only $55. You can try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free right now at warbyparker.com/Gus and Eddy. That is warbyparker.com/Gus and Eddy. 5 pairs of glasses for free at home. warbyparker.com/Gus and Eddy. Thank you, Warby Parker. Links are in the description. We'll see you back in the episode, folks.
You crushed 2.5. Wait, 2.5? Did you say, or 2?
2.5, because I had the rest in a cup, and then I opened 2 right.
Gosh, that
like
is
I opened
too
one
much
right
bubbly, dude.
Bro, I'm at my fucking Twitch station right now. When I sit here, I mindlessly just sip and sip and sip, and on stream, I'm pissing every 15 minutes. So really, 15 plus 15 is 30. This is on cue for me.
I don't mean to be too judgmental, buddy, but if you had 2 bottles of water, I wouldn't think a thing. But we're talking about 2.5 cans of bubbly in.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, no, go pee, of course, but I mean,
fill time, but like, oh my god, I gotta go.
That's too much bubbly. Listen, guys, welcome back to the and Eddy podcast. It's just me, and I think fans have been sending in letters. We've been getting this fan mail saying, "Can we continue make the show longer? Can we make the show entirely the and Eddy podcast?" And no, I think that's unfair. Gus has put in a lot of time, mostly time into the show. I'd say his main contribution to the show is time. A little bit of a cut for a sniffle there, guys. I had to sniffle. But I will say, I really bring people, and this is the letters we've been reading that have been sent in, the charm, the hilarity, the personality, the star power. And Gus definitely has put in some time into the podcast. So I think it would be rude and kind of fucked up to, make it the and Eddy podcast. So I don't really think we'll be moving ahead, but also, for audio listeners, I did a little wink. We're not ruling it out, because I would never rule anything like that out, where we want to take the show, where the fans want us to take the show. And so I would never do anything like that. Sounds like he's coming back.
I'm here.
Welcome back, Gus.
Thanks, Eddie. I did it such a good pee. Sabrina is on the Young Turks right now, and the bathroom that I had to go to is like literally like right adjacent to the bedroom where she does the Twitch shit too. So
you didn't flush, did you?
No, I didn't flush.
Okay.
And I was so hyper cognizant of making any bathroom related sounds that I had to pull out my patented take a knee pee method.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
So we got a real low riding bowl.
I do know that. That is a low ride. I actually thought it when I saw it. I said, this bowl is really low ride.
Hey, Chrissy, get in here. You're sitting on it currently. So I got down on one knee. I lifted the lid, and then I whizzed it right along the side of the bowl like a Beyblade getting into the arena, so it wouldn't even make the splish sound.
Gus, why didn't you just sit? Wait, are you doing a meme with me, or did you really take a knee instead of sitting on the bowl?
I definitely actually took a knee instead of sitting on the bowl.
Gus, we gotta unpack this. What do you mean you took a knee to pee?
I took a knee to pee so that I could easily wing it around the side of the bowl.
You could do that so much easier if you were sitting. What do you mean you took a knee? And the thing is, that bowl is low enough to take a knee, if you're wondering, guys. That's why I'm taking this very seriously. Did you actually take a knee instead of sitting?
Took a knee because I figured the final dribbles, if I was sitting, it pulls it more to the center of the bowl, so you'd hear a little pitter-patter, but the dribbles at the end pull it more towards the edge of the bowl, which is completely concealed in porcelain silence.
I can't believe you took a knee to pee, dude. I've never heard of anybody taking it. That's really good. I really like that a lot.
Also, I just want to acknowledge that I didn't have this be an elaborate setup just to use the pun Tim Tebow. I did actually do these things. Proceed, Your Honor.
I have to ask, how many times have you taken a knee to pee? You said that was like, what did you refer to it as? Like doing your old to take a knee to pee?
You'll take a knee pee. I didn't. The name is fluid right now.
I've never heard of anybody taking a knee to pee in my life, Gus.
Well, now you have, and now we live in a world where you know that.
So I can't take that back from you. You just have to accept that's the world you live in now.
Yeah, work around me, bitch.
Can you imagine? I was just thinking if you went in, and I have more questions, but if you went in, like I didn't want to make any bathroom noises. I just thought, like, so I did the old cough to cover up a fart. Imagine Sabrina's on the Young Turks talking about serious topics, and you're just like, just a full cough first and a fart later, and then a disappointed, oh shit, that wasn't timed.
So I think the war in Syria can be explained. I like that Sabrina and I are both technically doing our jobs right now, and she's in there probably talking about geopolitical stuff, and I'm in here just going.
And after the cough fart, you just hear from the bathroom far away, oh, jeez, Gus, you did it again.
She definitely heard that one.
Oh, no. I guess I'll pull my pants up from my ankles.
Oh, boy. Can't be wet and silent.
But, dude, I have to ask more. We're not doing bits. You really, your main method was you got on one knee. Hold on. Did you drop your, where are your shorts in that situation?
Didn't have to do that. Because the thing is, if you go, and for video watchers, again, I will show you right now the diagram. By diagram, I mean my actual pants, and I hope that there's no pee on there so that this would look bad. Tony, edit out my pee if there's pee on my pants.
I don't think he can do that. They'll just have to see pee.
Premiere added a tool for that. So, so if you do this, if you put one leg up like that, I can still do the unbutton and the unzip like that. It's not impeded because I got the second leg up like that. That gives me enough slack to work with. So I'm down on one knee. I'm ripping and dipping out here. I just stand up, zip, I'm out.
So you're like, your bare knee is on the bathroom floor?
Bare knee is on the bathroom floor. I know it's not a public
bathroom, but the thing is, here's where I'm at. I'll just be completely honest.
What stage of your journey are you at?
I'm shocked. I was in denial a moment ago. There's not, like, I can't think of a reason why it's bad. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? So, like, you're kind of winning here because, like, I don't, not that it's like a debate, but, like, I don't know what the big drawback would be. I'm just so shocked that this was an idea rather than sitting that I'm close to speechless.
You know what I think would help you in your journey here, Eddie, is if
my knee-pee journey?
Your knee-pee journey, yes. If you witness firsthand what I was talking about sometime. I'm saying I come on the podcast, if you'll have me on, I don't want to invite myself, and I pee on the podcast to show you what's going on.
What do you mean you pee on the pod? Like you pee in the living room in the set?
Well, I mean, if we're being technical, yes, I would be peeing in the middle of your living room. But I think that
there's a bathroom like right out of the living room. We could just pick up a camera and turn it.
Sure, but I think we want some thematic consistency with, like, we're either
people
on
got to
set
see the background that they know and love. We don't want to take the podcast away from that direction.
Because it's like you come into the bathroom with a camera and it's suddenly some smut film on YouTube, but we do it on the set and now it's an intrigue.
You piss in the middle of the set, that's just a podcast episode. You turn that toward the bathroom and it's the Smut and Eddy podcast. God, I can't even describe the energy of this one. This is one of the weirdest episodes we've ever done. Okay, I'll go into another disagreement or question, all right? Okay. This one's a simple one. This is from, is it Daddy Milan? And it looks like her name is, and it's public on Twitter, so I can say the not just the ad, but the name, right? Mm-hmm. It looks like Maddie Dolan, and then she flipped the letters of her first and last name. That's real fun, I think. So she said, disagreement. My friend A broke friend B's special mirror that they got for free, but the mirror itself would cost $500 to replace. Friend A says that they don't have to replace the mirror because it was free, but I say they need to at least contribute to the cost. Of course, it's whatever it is to replace the item for the cost, right?
That's your answer. You weren't still reading it?
No, yeah, that's what what I'm saying. Is even if a friend gets something for free, they now own that value of the thing. And if somebody breaks it, just because you didn't spend money for it, you still lost the value of said thing.
That's true. Damn, this one is a little complex. I feel like, because that's the thing, is like the person should automatically assume that they have to pay. I feel as though we don't know as much information about the acquisition.
It said 1 out of 2 in the screenshot, but I didn't see a reply to it. So let me go to the person's account and see if there's more info.
Good idea. Please do. I need more info because I'm like, if this is a situation, like I think automatically whoever broke the mirror has to offer compensation. And it should probably be on them to say, I will replace it. But depending on the logistics of the acquisition of the mirror,
we got more info.
First of all, I got to hear it before I even weigh in.
Okay. So it continues the sentence. So, but I say they need to at least contribute to the cost, which honestly is probably already the best thing, of a new mirror. I think that if you break something, you should replace the item regardless if the person got it cheap because the item is gone either way. Maybe not all $500, but at least they should do their best to replace it somehow. They disagree since it was free. They don't have to do anything to replace it since it technically had no value. That is completely incorrect. I get maybe saying like, oh, it's a $500 mirror, you got it for free, like you can get, but contribute, yes. If you break something, if you get something for free, it doesn't mean it has no value now that you own it. It's just a steal if it's a good thing.
Exactly. Like if like you gave me your Valve Index and like Sven sat on it, I'd be like, that wouldn't be like, well, hey, if you could just give me $50 at least, like that would be like, dude,
yeah,
I don't have this extremely expensive thing. And I'm not trying to devalue the mirror, but it's that same kind of thing of like, depending on your age, like I assume we're all like younger people, like not a lot of people are just winging around fucking $500 mirrors, but at the same time, like friend B definitely offered to do like go in being very contrite, how can I replace it, but if this is like a mirror that came into your life because it's like, holy shit, maybe it was like a garage sale find or something like that, a score like that, like me as the friend A that had the mirror get broken, I know if it were a situation where it came into your life really easy, there wasn't a lot of like emotional attachment to it, there's no fucking way I would be like, you need to give me $500.
Yeah, the
$500.
That's the thing is like, I think if I were the friend that broke it, I would offer that money. But if I were the friend who it was broken from, I wouldn't ask for the money.
Totally.
But I do think if it becomes an argument, the person who broke it should at least contribute because they broke it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean just you break something like if somebody gets a gift and you break it, it's not like, well, you didn't fucking pay for it. Like,
yeah, exactly, dude. That would just be asinine.
Yeah. So I don't know. That one's I feel like we need to know more information to be as confident,
That's true. Yeah. Try to apply your decision to the parameters we set forth. Just send us the mirror.
Got another great one.
Tell me.
This is from at Hudson Blubson. And Hudson said, disagreement. My friends don't think I could single-handedly sink a cruise ship, but if done right, I don't think it'd be that hard. Parentheses, just sploding something. I don't know. So my question is, do you think the average person could sink a cruise ship, and how would you do it?
Oh, man.
Here's the thing. I was thinking about this when I screenshotted it. I want to hear your answer first, actually, because you're hearing it new. I had time to think.
An average person. Man, I'm trying to think. Well, first of all, I need to know, is your answer, without giving anything away, is it a meme answer, or are you really logistically...
I gave it some real thought because I find this one real interesting. It's not a meme answer.
Okay. I think what I would do is I would probably get some tannerite and...
Well, don't wait. Hold on.
That's why I had to ask.
Do you think the average person could sink a cruise ship? Not... Does your Wisconsin ass know what fucking explosives to bring on and shoot a fucking thing?
That's what I was just saying. It is not expensive. I factored that into the average person thing.
What would you be sploding? We don't know enough about cruise ships, I'd think, for you to know what to splode.
Well, that's just the thing is, like, I assume, like, if there were a big enough blast even on the outside of the hull, that it could just punch a hole in there,
They definitely have measures to like save a ship, I think. If like
tannerite measures.
Did you plan for fucking tannerite? I don't think so, asshole. I think that the average person could not sink a cruise ship, but somebody who worked in the cruise business that's real fucked up could maybe sink a ship single-handedly.
Probably.
If you know enough, you probably could.
Because there's probably just some dumb little like workaround, like some little Death Star. Oh, don't leave this valve open, otherwise, like if you drop a Tic Tac in there,
shoot a gumball into a suction valve, and that's how the Titanic happened. That's how the Titanic happened.
I assume that the Titanic's death was gumball related, and it is being covered up, though.
The thing is, I think modern cruise ships are probably have so much engineering gone into not sinking that the average person, because I'm sure there's been some people that have given it the old college try,
Yeah.
One of those people being, I'm confident you. It's especially, I saw you looking up on one of those websites how to sneak alcohol onto a cruise, and then the other tab said, "Can you bring Tannerite onto a cruise?"
Eddie, I'll have you know that in that same search term, I ended the search term with "Can you bring Tannerite on a cruise?" with parentheses, unrelated, close parentheses.
I'll have you know, after I Googled "wait, never mind," clicked enter, so I'm fine.
Also, I don't Google things. I use Ask Jeeves like a regular person.
There you go. What, you moved away from Bing?
I moved away from Bing and DuckDuckGo. I'm back on Ask Jeeves now.
Is this true?
No, I haven't touched that since I went after school to my dad's classroom, and I would search fun games to play on Ask Jeeves.
There you go. Was Ask Jeeves one? I never used it. Was that the one where they'd like give you an answer, like they had people working for it?
I don't know the behind the scenes of it, but it did seem a little bit more like specifically catered to your question. Like, to answer your question, Meredith in Philadelphia, here's your, a turtle does weigh this much.
Is that what Jeeves sounds like?
Yeah, every time.
Well, now that I've been thinking about it, Gus Johnson of Wisconsin. Wait a minute. I've never said that before.
Yeah, so what the fuck? I mean,
wait,
the other Gus Johnson, the sports one.
Just Gus Johnson of Wisconsin. That's great. I've never said that before.
Oh, you've never? I thought you were being Jeeves, being like,
no, that's got a ring to it. I didn't realize Gus Johnson. It's like if it were, your like Jesus type name, your like old world name.
Like Jesus of Nazareth?
Yeah, Gus Johnson of Wisconsin.
That would have, if I lived in Bible times, would have set me way ahead.
And fun surprise, guys, Wisconsin was around during Bible times.
Most people don't know that Mary and Joseph traveled through Wisconsin to get to Bethlehem for Jesus' birth, and they stopped off there, and they got some cheese curds.
They parted a wheel of cheese.
They went to Tommy Bartlett's. They went to the Exploratory and they touched the thing that makes their hair stand up.
That's why they couldn't afford an inn, was because they spent all their money on the Tommy Bartlett water show. For people that don't know, Tommy Bartlett is like a stunt show in Wisconsin. They're like they only bought stuff on Wisconsin billboards, so they're like, we bought Culver's, fireworks, and Tommy Bartlett, and we are all out of money. We gotta have this baby in a barn. Gus Johnson of Wisconsin brought them Tannerite, brought baby Jesus Tannerite. Said, don't shoot this with a high-powered rifle or it'll go real bad.
Well, they didn't have myrrh at the Fleet Farm, so I
just grabbed a couple handfuls of Tannerite, thought I'd dump it off here next to the donkey.
Here you go. Again, don't move that too quick here, but it is yours to take home.
You can take that home for free, but dear God, move it slow.
For some people, high capacity.
Can you explain what? I know we've tapped on the podcast before, but what Tannerite is for people that don't know?
So I don't want to see this fucking cited in some dumbass CNN manifesto shit, but Tannerite is a really affordable consumer.
Don't say affordable, dude. Just say what it is. Don't.
Okay.
It's like you're giving bad information as you say.
So it is very expensive, and they definitely ID you every time you buy it.
You don't need to say any of this information, Gus. You could have just said what the material is.
It is like. You get them in these like small kind of Tupperware containers, and it comes with what looks like, like in styrofoam packing, how it's a bunch of tiny white beads all together. It's like if those white beads were plastic. It comes with that and some black powder, and you unscrew the lid of the little Tannerite thing. It'll be sold typically in like half-pound increments. You pour the black powder in, you shake it up, and then the only way that you can detonate it is if you shoot it with a high-powered round that goes at least 2,000 feet per second. So you could theoretically, again,
dude, you're making me so nervous. This is video.
Don't explain it.
You explain. You could have just said it's like something you can buy at a store that like if you shoot it, it explodes. But you're like giving a fucking lesson on how you can go pick it up and make it, dude.
Let me give you the non-Ask Jeeves version. It's an explosive. You shoot it with a gun to make it explode, and it is a non-combustible one. It just goes boom outside like that.
There you go.
If you've seen any of the, like, when I do the, first of all, by the way, I've been seeing this make the meme rounds like fucking nuts. This has been the top meme of mine unintentionally in the last year, has been people clipping the very end of my how companies, like when companies put out eco-friendly statements or whatever, is just the clip of me being like, oh, there's an endangered species right there. Boom. And I blow up the deer. Well, first of all, like, I appreciate when people pop into the comment sections. They're like, hey, it's Gus. But I'm afraid I'm getting 3 tangents deep right now. I still see a lot of comments of like, you stole this from Gus Johnson, give him credit. I don't need it. That's just a little excerpt from a meme thing. So like, don't leave those kind of comments. But anyway, if you see those videos where it's like I blow up the deer, or it's in Sven's Mythbusters video where like someone explodes, we're doing that with tannerite every time.
Right. So you're not using, like real crazy, like you needed not a fucking ID for it, but you need like to be an expert in doing it, right?
Yeah.
Is it how? Because you guys told me it's like. Has it ever been kind of dicey with you guys using that? Because that's like pretty advanced stuff, but you're also, in a Wisconsin field, so it's not around people.
Yeah, it's completely like miles out of town, and it's on like my uncle's land. We don't own it, but it is like collectively like 100 acres in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. So like, just to, again, to put into perspective, like the backdrop safety of it and stuff, But like that's the thing is, I always get nervous around that kind of shit anyway, and we do take it so seriously and are really careful. But and even paired with the knowledge that it is only a high powered rifle round that can explode, it is still scary to handle it, like we are not fucking around with it and like going, it's fine, I'm gonna throw the thing
I know
at you.
You guys with gun safety are like, real serious about that shit.
Totally.
Which is the only way to be. Somebody saying it who does not handle guns, but I know that. I know you don't fuck around ever.
Never.
You don't make memes.
We don't mix. We have never mixed alcohol or weed or anything else with fucking firearms. You don't do that. It is sad to see, especially even in the Midwest.
Because it'd be a real stinky bowl.
It would be a stinky bowl.
I just when you said you don't mix it, I was just thinking like a fucking recipe,
black powder and Bush Light,
and a fucking like Barrett 50 cal. You just like slam on the top of it.
Jesus Christ.
Also, we got a little bit of
All right, guys, I'm going to open an Amazon pack and then just one regular pack, because we're going to save more mail for when Eddie and I are together in person.
Yep.
I'm going to open this next week, baby. I'm going to open this Amazon pack right now. I am 99.99% sure that it's a copy of Seed Soil Sun paperback, so we're just going to say it up front. I assume that's what it is.
I believe this would have been our first Seed Soil Sun back in person.
True.
So
we'll take a peek. It could be, judging by the thickness of it, it could be a competing agricultural thin paperback children's book, but we have no way of knowing. So, holy shit, Eddie. It is not Seed Soil Sun.
Okay.
The 0.0001%. Oh my God, it's a book called JJ and the Flattened Hat by Vanilla Biscotti.
Okay. What is it, a kid's book?
I mean, I'm looking at it. It seemed like, I'm not trying to knock it, but the printing does not scream professional. It seems like somebody was in a nice process lab at a college or something.
Oh, so it was like a custom book.
Yeah.
They put you in that book?
No. I mean,
this
note? Guy does kind of look like me. I'm going to look at the Amazon now. Is there one?
Oh, because, if it's an Amazon package, it wouldn't. This is very
dude, it's from the author. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Hello, my name is Vanilla Biscotti, and I'm a content creator from Wisconsin just like you. I wrote a crusty children's book, and I plan on donating a bunch to the children's hospital here one day. Enjoy. Oh, what a cool person, dude. This is so cool. Dude, I'm just saying. I'm just looking at this right now. I'm looking at the illustrations and stuff. This looks like a really fun, goofy like book.
Cool.
Like the video people can see right now. It's like some kind of like lower res 3D animation stuff. Honestly, I do want to like read this and show this to you too in the spare time here. But this just looks fun.
Fuck yeah!
All
That
right.
seems awesome.
I'm so happy. I really expected to be shamed about my lack of appearance in a children's book, and instead we got a JJ in the flat
You
hat.
weren't really quick. You weren't in a children's book. You thought you were, and you weren't, and your family was.
So yeah, I just appreciate you reminding me.
I just want to make sure I catch everybody up every time, so to make sure that you thought you were in Extra Cheese Please, you weren't in Extra Cheese Please, and Sven Thor and Seat Soil Sun.
Is extra cheese, please. Mozzarella's journey from pizza to cow. From cow to pizza.
But it doesn't really matter because you weren't in it, so it's like kind of do you need to say the whole title,
Yeah. So really appreciate you bringing that kind of heartache and pain shit up every time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I catch everybody up. Some people are new to the podcast and they don't know that you weren't in a book, that you thought you were in the book and you weren't in a book. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows, we have everyone informed that you weren't in that book. I'm just doing a service, I'm just being a good host.
Tony, could you please edit Eddie out of this particular episode?
He can't do that.
I'll send him the tool. I watched a tutorial on how to do it.
It's a YouTube video like, hey guys, I'm showing you how to remove Eddie Burback from podcast episodes.
Oh boy. Anyway, fuck you. I'm going to open one more piece of mail.
Got it.
Boom. So this is from Slow Jabroni in Massachusetts.
Got it.
Hey boys, being one of the boys is hungry work and lunch is on me today. Please see enclosed sardines. One is lemony and one is a little spicy. Deans, spelled apostrophe capital D-I-N-E apostrophe S. Deans are a great source of protein, calcium, and they have an assload of omega-3s. I think he meant to say omega-3. Gus here with the fish knowledge, coming in to fix your ass up. From Slow Jabroni, YouTube fish fluencer.
So I can't tell you how glad I am that you chose to open this one at your place and not with us sitting across the table where you'd be like, you want a Dean, baby?
You trying to dine on these Deans here, boy?
Do you have them for like you showing them?
I do have them. On top of this is a bumper sticker that says, this is a professionally printed one that says, how is my driving? Do you have any sardines? Will you share them with me if I pull over?
What the fuck?
That'll be going on the old Jetta back home there.
That'll be going on the old Jetta that's in a parking lot at a Denny's that is not my car.
Next Jetta I see, I'm putting it right on there. I mean, I'm looking here, and yeah, there's two. I'm thank fucking God this wasn't some like home packed, like Surströmming kind of like stinky ass shit.
It's a branded Dean.
This is some name brand Deanage right here, boy.
Some name brand Deanage action.
This isn't your department store Dean right here.
I'll say, and let me just pitch it. Dean is great for sardines. I'm a sardini guy myself.
You're a sardini guy?
Yep. I prefer calling them sardinis.
Sardinis? Why is that?
Sounds more fun.
It does sound considerably more fun.
I feel like you didn't really feel that, and you were just saying that for me.
I definitely just said it in an elevated tone.
Yeah.
Didn't convey any of my actual
I don't believe it at all. There was no emotion in that. I didn't believe you for a second.
Hey, beans past this guy.
That was a really good idea, dude. That's great.
Okay, I'll say it just like that next time. I'll play that recording back. Yeah, I'm looking at some fucking lightly smoked Deans. Yeah, here's lemon, and yeah, the dude did not lie. Here's 2 cans of Deanage right here.
Now I'm gonna ask you: are you gonna eat a Dean? And there's no pressure at all. It's just whatever you're feeling. You got a day of entertaining your family ahead of you. If you're not feeling sliding a sardini right down your throat, that's okay.
I tell you what, I will do my damnedest to remember to bring the Deans.
Fuck.
Next time.
Great. Yeah, no, I'd love to.
Well, I realize now that it would just be passing the problem on to you, because I was like, there's no fucking way on God's green earth that I'm opening this Dean can in my Twitch stream room. But I will open them outside sometime. I'll try to remember that, and then
Okay.
try a Dean here.
If it's outside, maybe we're hanging out in your backyard, and maybe we open up some sardinis for fun.
I'll dine on these Deanies here in my backyard.
Yeah.
All right.
Sardinis, but that's okay.
This one's gonna stick. It'll stick. Anyway, thank you, Slow Jabroni. That's it for
Mail.
Beautiful.
I don't enjoy. I don't mind remote. It always sucks to not be across from each other. But the worst bit is not being able to line up our mail how I would like to. Mm-hmm. There's an energy to yelling mail together, and it doesn't really translate when you're wearing headphones.
It just doesn't, and it's just our cross to bear.
I will say though, and I was gonna say it's been a bit easier with Discord this time of not interrupting each other, and then I started saying and I heard your voice come in, so it was it did not work well.
We're getting back into her.
Yeah, or we're not. Or we don't do that.
What's that?
Or we just don't do it. I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Gus, I want to stop. I'm tired.
You want to stop? Or
I'm sleepy, Gus.
Do you?
Gus, come over. Even though we're separating, just in case you might be a little sick, can you come over and tuck me in?
Do you want me to?
I'm getting sleepier as you're talking. I might fall asleep.
I feel like I hear you putting on like footy pajamas over there or something. I feel like you're gonna.
I could be doing anything under this desk. It kind of looks like I'm me without a mustache right now. I'm sunken down so low. It's like seeing my old face again, and then there's this creepy grown man.
Hey man, Gus, just off the record, are you okay?
No, I'm doing good. Gus, microwave some milk and run it over to my apartment. You're like a 15 to 20 minute sprint from here. Just get a full glass of milk, heat it up in the glass so hot that you can barely hold it, and sprint it over to my apartment.
I only have solo cups. I'll have to use one of those.
The solo cup's like melting.
It's
like melting. Dripping red, and I gotta get it to him. All right, fuck you guys. Get out of here.